All right, what's going on, guys? It's Brandon here, and today we are going to be drift prepping the FRS. I said that completely weird, but we got to get all this plastic off. If you guys didn't know, I put a wide body kit on the car. We got the front fenders on. We got to put the rear fenders back on because first off, wide body kit video, terrible video, did a really bad job. Like just overall, that video just probably came out really, really bad. So I'm sorry about that if you saw that video. If you didn't see that video, probably don't go watch it because it was pretty bad. But anyway, this wasn't in the video. We ended up welding the pieces upward, and then I actually let my dad do this last night, where he body filled all of this, and then we put bed liner on. Came out super nice, actually. Like if you look at it, it looks kind of like natural. It doesn't look like all janky like it usually does when you see a wide body kit. So he did a really, really good job on that. I would have never done anything that good. So that's why I love my dad, because he does shit like that and it always comes out really, really well. So now that that's all done, it's all bed linered, just dried pretty well at this point. So we're gonna go ahead and we're going to put all the panels back on, put all the wide body panels on, get all this plastic off, and then we have to do a bunch of drift prep to get it ready for this weekend, because we're actually going to a drift event this year. I know, weird. I didn't think I was gonna go to any drift events this year, but event came up this weekend. It was like $200 for the event. I already have a shit ton of tires. It's not going to be that expensive. I was like, screw it, let's go. So the only things that we need to do to the car, like I said, put the body panels on, take it outside, give it a nice like rinse, because there's dust all over it from the wide body filler stuff last night. And then we're going to do an oil change. We also have a couple of wide body pieces that we still have to put on. We got these like little pieces that go on the front and rear bumpers. We got to put the front bumper back on, rear bumper back on. And we also have two new things going on the car that are really, really nice parts. So first things first, out of the new parts, I could be wrong, I think it's this box, but it's our Max, or no, not Max, Part Shop Max coilovers. So we got coilovers for this car, and then we also have wheels. So you guys get to see the new wheels in this video, which is going to be super sick. I was going to wait until the body got painted, but we got the wheels, might as well put them on, because then we can use these front wheels and these rear wheels for drifting at the event this weekend. Otherwise, if we didn't put those on, we'd have like one less set. But, you know, this camera burns through batteries really, really quick. And I'm not sure why, but I gotta keep that in mind for when I go out to Brainerd. That way I don't end up with a dead GoPro and have no footage at the track. But anyways, I went and got my tabs for my car so I can drive it to the track now. And then I got the front two coilovers installed already. We'll talk about why I went with these coilovers to begin with. So I went with Part Shop Max non-competition or non-pro or whatever it is, whatever their base version of it is. And the reason why I went with Part Shop Max over like BC Racing or Megan or something like that is they're on the little more expensive side. They're about $1,300 after shipping and everything. Compared to BC, that's about $300 more for their like base BC coilover. And the reason why I went with Part Shop Max over BC coilovers mainly, which was like the main other option, was because if you look at the Part Shop Max here, they actually have these like, the Part Shop Max coilovers have a little more attention to detail when it comes to like ride quality. Like it's got these softer, I'm not even sure what kind of material this is. It's kind of like this almost solid plastic or like polyurethane or something like that, where it's like really stiff. So you still get your good ride quality, but you also are like, you still get the stiffness of a coilover, but you get little bit better ride quality because it has a little bit of flex in it. So you don't get such a like rough ride while you're riding around in your car on like the street or something, which BC coilovers are really good for performance, but they're not very good for street rideability and like quality and stuff like that. So I went with these Part Shop Max because they actually have proper spring rates already designed for drifting, which is what this car is for, but you also get way better streetability in the car without it being like all clunky and feeling like you're in a without feeling like you're in a stance car that's just going to break on the road. And my battery's about to die already, holy crap. But yeah, so that's why I went with the Part Shop Max coilovers, and that's why I chose those. And then I will show you guys the wheels once I get the rest of the coilovers on, because my battery's about to die and it's just burning through batteries and I don't know why. So, all right, so it's been an entire day since the last time I picked up the camera, because this camera's been having major issues with batteries and stuff. Turns out all the batteries are bad. Don't know if I left them in the cold or something, but pretty much all of them are bad. So I don't know if I'm even going to be able to get any footage from this weekend, but I went ahead and finished the car while this battery charged. I think this one is somewhat decent. It works. It's not perfect, but it works. So I'll see what I can do for footage as far as going to the track. But I finished the car while this battery was charging, and it's like I said, it's a day later. It's midnight already on Thursday night, and I got to be up at 6 to go to the track. So I want to make this quick. Basically, car's all cleaned up, looks good again. Doesn't look like crap. Looks like an actual car. And as you guys can see, wide body kit is completely done. Minus right there, I'll explain that in a minute. Then we got headlights on, bumper on in the front, and then all of this is cleaned up. Looks like a car again, not all crappy. Got a rear bumper on it, new taillights, which by the way, I don't think I ever showed you guys this. New taillights, VLAN ones with the sequentials, super sick. Wide body kit is on both sides. And if you guys ever saw this side after the crash, you guys will know that this looks so much better than it did even like a month ago. So, or even like 3 days ago even. But front bumper's on. So, I haven't showed you guys the wheels yet. Some of you guys might have got a little peek of it. That was the thing I wanted to show you guys. I really didn't want to show you guys until the paint was on the car, because I feel like wheels just change the whole look of the car. They really do. But I'll show you guys this. Just because I had to put them on for this drift event, otherwise I would not have been able to go, or I would have had to run 17s, which would not have been fun in the front. So it just would have looked weird. I had to put these on. So these are the new wheels. They are Kansai KMP 15 wheels. They are 18 by 9.5 square with 275 35 18s square. I'll put the thing on the, I'll put a video up now showing how much of a difference that is. I think I went from a 225 or maybe a 235. I'm not entirely sure. I think it was a 235 on those 17s. And these are just massive compared to those, which for street wheels, these are not drift spares. They are not drift tires. They are not drift anything except for the fronts. The fronts are going to be drift steering wheels. And I actually got it to fit with no hitting lock to lock with the stock suspension. When we get an angle kit, we're actually gonna have to go down in size on the wheel up front. I'll explain that later. But just look at the size of these wheels. It's kind of hard to tell, but like they stick out so far. It's crazy. These wheels are so crazy looking, or not really crazy looking. They have a really 90s look, but I think it fits the car really, really well. And when you guys see the color that we're going with on this car, it's gonna look so good. The fitment is like mint on front and rear, pretty much as flush as it can get. We're actually running 2 degrees negative camber in the front just for drifting, but we might straighten that out when we get back to the street. But dude, those wheels just changed the whole look of the car. And also another thing is, this is the first time the car has seen both the front bumper and the rear bumper since before the crash. So before my first drift event in this car. That's how long it's been since I've had both bumpers on. And then having the wide body kit complete, minus this piece here, I'll explain why in a second. But having a complete wide body kit, having the rear fender look good again and not smashed in. The only thing we're really missing is this door still needs to get replaced. I didn't want to do it because, like I said, it's midnight. I got to be up at 6, so not doing that till it's ready for paint. And then the last thing about this car is the front wide body fenders did not fit on this bumper. So as you guys can see, I actually had to cut right here straight down to make those fenders work on here, but they actually still didn't fit correctly and the wheel was touching them. So I have this really weird cut on both sides like this. And then I also had to cut all the way out to this body line here, all the way down. So it looks a little bit goofy and it kind of sucks, but this bumper is getting replaced with a new one anyway. So I kind of just made it work for now. Like I said, we were having issues with the steering lock, or like hitting things from lock to lock. So we had to cut a lot of stuff out. And one of those things was actually, so one of the things we actually had to do was this frame right here. You can kind of see it. We actually had to smash that in. It sticks out like 2 inches from the factory and it was hitting the wheels because they're 275s and 18s. So we actually had to smash all that in right there. And that really sucked because it's not an uncommon thing. Dai did it on his drift car in Formula D. And the majority of the people that do wide bodies have to do that just because the wheel sticks out farther than stock. And so it's going to hit it, especially if you're running an 18 with a 275 in the front. So it's a really, really big tire, and we had to smash that in. We had to cut a lot of stuff off the front, and just overall, it's too big of a tire for this car, really. And so I really want to go to a 9-inch rim and do like a 245 or a 255 tire on it, and that should make things a lot better. But right now it doesn't hit lock to lock, so for now we're just going to leave it, and we're going to run it like that for the event. And I don't think there's anything else we did to the car, really. Really, the only thing that I have left to say is that the rear fenders, the over fenders for the wide body kit, right around here on both sides are still touching the tires because the tires are just too big. And it sticks out too far, kind of goes up a little bit. But that's just an issue that the car is going to have, and that's just how it is. Eventually, it'll get rid of it by itself. If it's still doing it by the time I get up to the track tomorrow, I'm just going to go ahead and shave it off and bring in an angle grinder with. And when I take the wheels off to swap them for the 17s, I'll shave it off, get rid of all that stuff so it's not touching it anymore, and it should be all good. The last thing is I took the car out for a drive after doing all of this stuff. And with the new coilovers, the ride is crazy nice. On full soft, it feels like stock suspension. It's pretty smooth. You don't really feel the bumps as much on the road, but it still has a little bit of that sporty feel to it. So it's not like completely numb luxury car, but at the same time, the steering is like, the input is perfect. Everything's there like it would be with the hard on, or like the hardest possible setting put on the shocks. But you still get a lot of that smoothness on the road. And then when you put it on full hard, it's like you're on a feels like you're on a car with no suspension. It's pretty funny, actually. But I'm gonna have to fine tune it, figure out where the best suspension like dampening is for drifting. But I'm gonna leave it on full soft on the way there because it is so nice. It's like, it just feels so good. So other than that, the car is ready to go to the track tomorrow. And yeah, I think that's about it. I'm gonna wrap this up for you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope this video was a little bit better than the last video. I actually put a little bit more time into it. And I will see you guys at the track tomorrow. Peace out.